Binondo, 1920. Here, 100 years ago, men of courage and vision founded China Bank to help a community of struggling but worthy merchants and traders achieve their dreams. They were driven by an impeccable code of trust and respect through the hard times and the good times. That's how China Bank successfully partnered with 5 generations of loyal clients. Today, China Bank keeps pace with evolving technology while remaining grounded on integrity and prudence. China Bank, celebrating the past, embracing the future.
Times change, but values remain.
Hi, I'm Engineer Florinda H. Oquindo, Director of the Alumni Relations and Career Development Office. The role of our office is to provide connections among students and alumni. Provides complete range of services to students, alumni, and employers in the area of career development, graduates and professional schools preparations, employee relations, and campus recruitment.
I love the graduates of PUP. They're not only fun to work with, but you can rely on them. They are very, very dependable.
PUP graduates are persevering. They do not give up on challenges. The more they learn, the more they become subservient, humble, and grounded.
The reason why we prefer the PUP graduates is the fact that we notice that they have a common denominator. You see, whatever happens, they'd still work. Even if it's raining, they'd still come to work. You give them additional tasks, they'd accept it. They are resilient.
Very passionate aside from being resilient, because we can see that they're very dedicated with their job, and we've seen a lot of PUP graduates not just in one department.
They turn out to adapt very well and adjust well to our company here in the Philippines. They're productive employees and they stay with us for a long time.
Integrity and ethics, drive for results, intellectual capacity, and adaptability. So when we hire PUPians, they have this kind of competencies.
Of course, they're very intelligent people, responsible in a sense, because whenever we meet these graduates and we ask them what are their future plans, they would always come up with answers like helping out their family, or because I'm done with school, I'll help out another sibling. So you would know already that these kids, even before they actually embark on certain work, they already have goals in mind where they will help another sibling finish school or at least support the family.
They're not maarte, no? Whatever you give them, they know that if it's for the purpose of the job, they will do it. And so they have, they're the ones that survive the challenges of work. They don't shirk away from responsibilities. They're the type who, whatever the job requires, they're up for the challenge.
Please come and visit us. Our office is located at N209 North Wing, 2nd floor.
Emerson is a global technology and engineering leader. We operate in over 150 countries. We are 110,000 employees worldwide. And here in the Philippines, we have over 2,000 employees.
My name is Vicky Florento. I'm from Dell Philippines. I'm handling the university relations and services hiring.
Pagasa Steel supplies concrete reinforcing bars to the Philippines' booming construction industry. We have been the leading supplier of quality steel bars for the past 52 years.
EGS is an Alorica company. It is one of the fastest growing BPO companies in the Philippines right now.
I'm Cecil Venancio, and I'm Branding and Communications Director of Sykes Asia.
We don't decide whether you're from a top-tier university or a state university. We decide based on our assessments that includes exams and interviews. Having said that, a lot of Dell's workforce in the Philippines are from PUP.
55 to 80 hires annually, those coming from PUP alone. And as a matter of fact, 14 of the homegrown employees who started from staff and supervisor have been promoted.
Currently, we have 13 employees from the PUP. They're working in a different field, so most of them are engineer, some are in sales, most of them are in the higher position.
There's a huge pool of students that we can really harvest from, and we know the reputation that they bring. So we're glad that we have a university like PUP that we can rely on for our future employees.
I love the graduates of PUP. They're not only fun to work with, but you can rely on them. They are very, very dependable.
PUP graduates are an exact match and fit to Pagasa Steel's mission and vision.
The reason why we prefer the PUP graduates is the fact that we noticed that they have a common denominator, very hardworking. See, whatever happens, they'd still work. Even if it's raining, they'd still come to work. You give them additional tasks, they'd accept. They are resilient.
Very passionate aside from being resilient, because we can see that they're very dedicated with their job, and we've seen a lot of PUP graduates not just in one department.
They turn out to adapt very well and adjust well to our company here in the Philippines. They're productive employees and they stay with us for a long time.
Stand out sa PUP graduate is their loyalty sa company. Integrity and ethics, drive for results, intellectual capacity, and adaptability. So when we hire PUPians, they have this kind of competencies.
Of course, they're very intelligent people, responsible. Responsible in a sense because whenever we meet these graduates and we ask them what are their future plans, they would always come up with answers like helping out their family, or because I'm done with school, I'll help out another sibling. So you would know already that these kids, even before they actually embark on certain work, they already have goals in mind.
They're not maarte, no? Whatever you give them, they know that if it's for the purpose of the job, they will do it. And so they have, they're the ones that survive the challenges of work. They don't shirk away from responsibilities. They're the type who, whatever the job requires, they're up for the challenge.
PUPians enable people everywhere to grow and thrive.
PUP is one of the pillars of the nation because it is an institution that provides good graduates, people who really contribute to the success of the community or to the success of the country.
All the people associated with PUP, if you're a graduate, congratulations, and you should be proud of yourselves. For those of you that are students, please continue the tradition, the proud legacy that your school has. Some of you, PUP, you work for us now. We appreciate you. We know you're good employees. For those of you that might work for us in the future, please consider us. We'd love to have you. We know that you make a great employee for Emerson.
PUPians, bring everything you are. If you have big ideas, let's talk. Come work where passion meets possibility. You can visit jobs.del.com for opportunities.
To pursue your dreams and work hard for what
sa marubdob na paghahangad ng kalayaan ng ating lahi. Kabilang sila sa paglinang ng ating makulay na sining at mayamang kultura. Kasapi sila sa pagtataguyod ng mga adhikain ng kapwa mamamayan at sa pagtugon sa mga pangangailangan ng lipunan. Katuwang sila sa pagtuklas sa mga larangan ng agham at medisina. Kapanalig sila sa pagpapairal ng batas, karapatan at katarungan para sa lahat. Kabahagi sila sa paglilingkod sa bayan at sa pagpapanatili ng demokrasyang Pilipino. Sa paglipas ng panahon, hindi nagmaliw ang kanilang pag-ibig sa ating inang bayan. Mga kababayan, ito ang alay ng mga kababaihang Pilipino para sa bayan. Tumayo po tayong lahat at sabay-sabay nating awitin ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Ayaw magiliw, pero sa silanganan, alam ng puso, sa gilid mo'y buhay. Lupang hiniram, dulot na ng pag-ibig, sa manlulupin, di ka masisingil. Sa nagtatakbulok sa singer at sa lalim mong babang, maginatang pula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang isang ng patawad mo'y talumpay na nagniligig. Tuwing at araw na kailan pa may magiging Lumang araw ng 100% buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Ang higaya na pag ay makakamit ang mga tayo ng dahil sa'yo. Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below. Praise Him above the heavenly host. Praise Father, Son, and Holy Ghost.
Hi, I'm Engineer Florinda H. Oquindo, Director of the Alumni Relations and Career Development Office. The role of our office is to keep connections among students and alumni, provides complete range of services to students, alumni, and employers in the area of career development, graduates and professional schools preparations, employee relations, and campus recruitment. We also provide alumni and students with the tools and resources to help find success in all professional endeavors. To all freshmen, please come and visit us. Our office is located at N209 North Wing, 2nd floor.
Isang magandang hapon sa ating mga kaisko at kaiska. Sa ating mga estudyante dyan mula sa aming PUP branches and campuses, maraming salamat at magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. By the way, I'm Professor Jane S. Pulma from the Alumni Relation and Career Development Office, and I will be your moderators for today's event. So, isang magandang tanghali or hapon pala sa inyong lahat. So, nandito na naman po tayo sa ating simula ng taon, sa ating 2024 Year-Round Career Webinar. So, syempre, alam ko yung mga susunod na webinar natin baka po pwedeng face-to-face na tayo. Pero ngayon, as meron pa tayong konting transition. Naka-webinar pa tayo. Pero syempre, hindi naman natin pwedeng kalimutan kahit naka face-to-face na ang ating webinar or career talk next time or on the following succeeding career talk sa mga susunod pa nating career talk. Syempre, hindi natin pwedeng kalimutan ng ating mga estudyante mula sa PUP branch and campuses. Syempre, naka-live pa rin po tayo at syempre, naka-Zoom pa rin po. So, meron pa rin kayong active interaction sa ating mga speaker at sa ating participation sa ating event. So, halos lahat ng event natin, itatry natin na naka-hybrid po kayo. So, at least, di ba, nakakatulong kami hindi lang sa personal and professional growth ng ating mga estudyante kasi yun naman po ang aim ng aming departamento. So, the Alumni Relation and Career Development Office provides services and assistance to all the students and alumni in support in the area of career development and placement. So, we sustain the link of the academe and the employer for their potential employment or potential employment opportunities, not just now, kasi syempre meron kayong mga internship, pero or gusto nyo mag-part-time, pero syempre at the near future. Okay, so this career development webinar aims to develop not just one's career, but also it aims to develop or help you personally and professionally. I hope the new learnings, skills, and knowledge that will be coming from our industry sponsor or sa ating mga industry partner can help you shape and develop your career objective. So, maraming salamat sa mga nandito ngayon. So, syempre, hindi namin pwedeng kalimutan, lalo na ang mga estudyante mula sa iba't ibang departamento or iba't ibang kolehiyo from the main campus of PUP. Syempre, tingnan natin kung sino yung naglagay ng pangalan ng colleges niya. May nakita ko dito is from the College of Social Science and Development. Meron din tayo from the College of Accountancy and Finance, College of Computer Information Sciences, College of Education. Syempre, ano pang kolehiyo to? Yung iba wala po. So, hindi ko po alam kung anong ibig sabihin ng KAL. So, CSSD, COC raw, nandito rin. So, maraming salamat sa ating mga kolehiyo. Doon naman po sa hindi nabanggit na kolehiyo. Maraming salamat din po sa pagpapaunlak nyo na makarating at maimbatahan namin as one of our students, listener, sa ating career development webinar. So, unti-unti na sila nagpapangalan mula sa PUP Alfonso. So, maraming salamat guys. Maraming salamat at pwede po bang ipaabot nyo sa ating mga director at official ng branches and campuses. Maraming salamat mula sa Alumni Relation and Career Development Office sa pagpapahintulot nyo na makarating kayo at maka-attend dito sa event ng Alumni Relation and Career Development Office. So guys, isang paalala, dun po sa hindi pa nakaka-like at nakaka-follow sa aming Facebook page, the PUP Career Center, baka po pwede naman, di ba? Pagbigyan nyo na po ang aming konting lambing na pwede nyo ma-like at ma-follow yung page namin para maging updated kayo sa aming event ng ARC event. By the way, we'll be having our one-stop shop this coming February 19 and 20. Lalo na yung mga nasa PUP main, pwede po kayong makapag-secure na ng mga services from other government agencies such as PSA, PhilHealth, SSS, Pag-ibig, PhilSys, nandito po sila on February 19 and 20. So, pwede kayong mag-secure ng mga services niya. At syempre, itong mga services na to is subject din naman sa requirements ng agency. Halimbawa, magsisecure kayo ng mga birth certificate. Syempre, hindi na namin kaya sagutin ang hihingi nila sa inyong ID. So, syempre, at pambayad syempre, di ba? So, just be updated and keep posted sa ating mga sa aming mga susunod pang mga posting sa ating PUP Career Center at PUP Alumni page. So, para updated po tayo sa mga event ng Alumni Relation and Career Development Office. So, bago natin simulan ang lahat, let me discuss you first the webinar etiquette. So, para sa ating webinar etiquette, let me show my screen. Okay. So, meron tayong 2 participants for today's events. Sa ating mga Zoom participants, kayo yon. Good afternoon, guys. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. So, please remember to keep your microphone always on mute while the webinar proper is ongoing. And please do remember that this webinar is currently on live stream. We'll be having your Q&A portion. You may raise your hand, or pwede naman kayo maki-interact sa pamagitan ng Zoom chat natin with our speaker. So, you may use the Zoom chat at lahat po ng question nyo ay babasahin namin at i-include namin on the Q&A portion. Next one, para naman po sa ating stream participants. So, ito ang ating nanunood via PUP Career Center Facebook page. So, good afternoon and welcome to you guys. Isang maganda at manigong bagong taon sa inyong lahat. So, para naman sa inyo, pwede nyo gamitin ang comment section ng ating live ngayon para maki-interact sa ating mga speaker. Kaya lang, dapat i-introduce nyo yung sarili nyo with your year, course, and section. Siyempre, huwag nyo kakalimutan yung name nyo, ha? We will be monitoring and including those questions during the Q&A portion. So, para sa lahat, please accomplish the evaluation form that will be flashed on the Zoom chat or the comment section ng live natin ngayon para makareceive kayo ng digital certificate that will be released 2 to 3 weeks after the conduct of this webinar. You just have to make sure to answer that in 6 hours after, ha? 6 hours lang po ang ating pagitan kasi po magko-close na rin po siya. Okay. So, alam ko, handa na kayo para sa ating first industry partner. So, ito na siya, ha? Let us watch muna the ABP of our first industry partner, Accenture. Okay guys, mukhang nawawala ang sounds ng ating Okay, so our first industry partner who are with us today will be discussing navigating the transitions students to professional. Let's welcome Sir Kyle Dabay from Accenture Incorporation. Good morning. Good afternoon, sir.
Ayan. Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Afternoon po. Sir, you may take away the virtual floor niyo po. So guys,
Okay.
pabigyan naman si sir ng isang masigabong palakpakan.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate that. And I think my screen is sharing already, no? So I'd like to introduce myself very quickly lang. My name is Kyle from Accenture's campus recruitment team. Although you're able to see naman from the video that most of the services that we offer really caters to technology, business solutions. Now, I want to establish also the fact that there are other services that we offer, especially for social science students. Now, ako personally, graduate ako ng BS Psychology, and I'm currently working in the human resources under campus recruitment field. Ayan. So I just want to set that expectation for everyone para lang align tayo na merong opportunities for everyone. Okay. So I'll be discussing the navigating the transition from student to professional. So this is a very relevant topic, especially for students that are in their third or fourth year, no? Kasi at some point, you'll graduate and you'll find and look for job opportunities, no? Whether you prefer working on-site or you prefer working remotely or pwedeng hybrid, no? Like in our case. What's important is the transition. You realize that you are in the transition of uh, being a former student to eventually being a professional in the future. Okay, so I think we can start already. Oops, sorry. Ayan, okay. So there, that transition from school to workplace is one of the most profound transition life throws at you. Okay, so I believe in this phrase because just like you guys, I was once a student. I once experienced the feeling of being prepared, no, being ready for job interviews, assessment. But then in the process, somehow I still feel lost. No, I was confused at some point. Kasi syempre, no matter how much preparation you have from your end, there are different circumstances that you will encounter throughout the process of looking for a job. No, and the changes were major. No, I've encountered a lot of difficulties. Kasi way back 2019 when I graduated, wala pa yung mga work from home opportunities. So I have to really apply dun sa company na gusto ko. I'll have to go and visit the company, no, the building, the site, and then doon ako mag-a-apply. I think I applied once in a company for straight 12 hours. I started 12 p.m. I ended at 12 a.m. kasi it's a BPO related company, no. So yeah, those are the kind of situations that you'll encounter eventually once you start looking for job opportunities, no, especially in the corporate world. If ever you'd like to venture yung mga malalaking companies like Accenture, you really have to really set yourself prepared, no? Pero there's always room for mistakes. There's always room for confusion, like what I said, no? Kasi we don't always get it at the first time, no? It took me some time to get the hang of it. I've been ever since I graduated in 2019. I think I've been in 3 different companies already. So in the span of my 5 years, I think, of working experience, I've already been with 3 companies. No? Ayun. Anyway, so like what I've said, no, this is one of the most profound transition that life will be throwing at you. So I have here, oops, I think, okay, there. I have here 5 tips for making the transition from student to professional way smoother, way easier. Okay, so the first one, okay, there. Expect adjustments, no? So I think most of you remember the very first time you've attended your first class, especially in college, no? You're just as confused as the rest of your classmates kasi wala ka masyadong kilala, especially if you're someone graduated from a different high school and then transition to another place or location for your college or for your university, there's a lot of adjustment. No, and then after 4 years, no, after your 4-year college, you'll be transitioning to another milestone of your life. No, and again, there's another adjustment to that. So just like in any job opportunities, as a fresh graduate, you will start at an entry level and you don't have much idea of what your role is supposed to be. So there will be a lot of changes in your personal and professional life. So in terms of expecting adjustment, no, you'll start prioritizing things that really matters, things that provides you money, things that provides you learnings, things that provides you growth. So what I'm trying to say is, in adjusting, you really have to put most of your energy and your efforts a company that you have applied, and hopefully you'll start working soon, sooner or later, no? Kasi they are the one who will be giving you all the opportunities in life, no? Not necessarily all pala, pero they are your stepping stone to greater heights of career opportunities in the future. So you really have to set your adjustments, no? So you'll start prioritizing things that really matters to your company, no? Things that really matters to you and your career growth. So for a better picture, ayan. So it's just a photo that I randomly attached. Pero this is me. It's kind of like a reenactment of me in my work, no? Because it's very hard adjusting in the very beginning kasi you'll realize that kailangan mong ibigay yung 100% mo sa trabaho because they will be paying you for your outputs. No? So in the very beginning, yes, I've encountered a lot of challenges, pero especially in my very first years, hindi ko pa matanggal yung habit ko of going out with friends, or let's say prioritizing playing games, no? Kasi I like playing games, whether PC or mobile. So parang yung habits na yun, it was hard kasi when you're a student kasi, I'm not sure about you guys no, pero ako kasi nung estudyante ako, medyo inclined pa din ako sa social life ko and sa gaming life ko. Pero yun nga, when I started working, it took me some time, maybe a year, to fully realize that I need to set this hobbies, no, this interest a little bit kasi I want to focus more on my job, no? Although, yes, in the very first year, I was giving the outputs that they need, pero I'm not confident that I'm giving my 100%. Kumbaga, in my head, I'm thinking, this is not the best output that I could provide to my employer, no? So when I started realizing na I need to focus on my job, I need to focus in setting my goals. If I have future plans on staying in this company, then I need to give my 100% effort on this one, on this company. So, ayun, eventually, I got the hang of it, especially in my working hours. I focus on my work. I don't play games anymore kahit malapit lang yung phone ko sa akin because I want to make sure that after the end of the day, I'm finished with my task, no? And then after work, no? Ang schedule ko is 9 to 6 p.m. After my work, I leave it there, no? Kasi in Accenture, we prioritize work-life balance. So after you're out, you're not required to still continue your work kasi you're given from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. to complete it. Pero pag di mo naman natapos, you can continue the other day. So I'll start doing my hobbies, the things that I like to do after shift. So mostly mga 7 p.m. onwards. If I wanted to go out, I'll do it afterwards. If I wanted to play games, I'll do it afterwards. But that 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. schedule ko, I'll give my 100% effort to my company because if they see that if your company sees that you value your work, they'll give you better opportunities now. Let's say promotion, salary increase, what else? recognitions, or maybe if medyo galante sila, they'll give you seminars, they'll let you undergo trainings to be a better employee in their company. No? So again, expect adjustments from being a student to someone working in the corporate world kasi at first it would be challenging, especially kung hindi ka masyadong inclined sa work, just like me in the very beginning, pero eventually you'll get the hang of it. Okay, so next, ayan, so watch and learn. Another tip that I'd like to give is this one. So like what I mentioned kanina, you will start at an entry level. So just like the rest of the students that are graduating or looking for a job, no? And then you don't have much idea of what you're doing, no? Kasi sometimes there are job hunters that, let's say for example, ako, I want to apply in Accenture. Sige, I'll get my laptop, I'll get my phone, and I'll look online what is Accenture, what are the services Accenture offers. If I'll be applying for, let's say, the position of recruitment associate, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to give in the company? What am I supposed to provide? You look it up online kasi syempre before entering a company, you at least gusto mo na may background ka of what you're supposed to do, di ba? Pero kahit na you'll research a lot of things, no, sometimes there are a lot of unexpected things that will happen once you are already in the company, no? So overall, the environment and the workplace compared to what is written online is quite different. And I've experienced that firsthand. Especially, let's say, for example, working in Accenture. I know Accenture is a huge company. I know that. And I know Accenture offers a lot of benefits and stuff. Ganyan. I know Accenture provides competitive salary. Pero once you get into the company, no, once I remember my very first day, super daming tao sa building. I didn't expect that Accenture is actually that huge, that the numbers are very large, no? And I didn't expect that I get to enjoy a lot of freebies, no? Meron kaming pantry that provides free drinks, sometimes food if they're feeling galante, ganyan. And especially in my work also, no? Meron akong job description of what am I supposed to do. Pero once I met my supervisor way back 2022, I think, he discussed to me yung mga job roles ko. Sabi ko, parang etong job role, wala naman to sa nabasa ko online. That helped me realize yung conversation ko with my supervisor that there's so much to learn. No, once you're already engaged within the team, within the project, or within the stuff that you are supposed to do, or the task that you're supposed to do. So it's important that you listen, no? You watch what they are doing and learn something out of it. No? Kasi sabi nga nila, it's mas okay na like nasa likod ka, nakikinig ka, and you're taking notes kesa na nasa harap ka and you're just asking irrelevant questions that has nothing to do para lang mapansin ka ng mga employer. That doesn't matter kasi if you're really trying to digest everything that they are teaching you and then eventually apply it to the work that you're supposed to do, then they'll see a better progress. They'll see better outputs from you compared to those that are not necessarily doing that. No, so it's very important, guys, that you watch, you listen, and learn from the things that they will be teaching. Okay. Yeah. So third tip. Ayan. So work. Hold on. And work on your people skills. So work on your people skills. So we are talking about communication skills, building rapport to your workmates. No, that included. So working on your people skills is personally, I think, one of the most important factor when getting into a new company. No, kasi syempre, you want everyone to be on your good side. For the betterment naman din. Kasi syempre, let's say, for example, you are in a team, and especially if you're a newbie, you don't know a lot of things, no, nangangapa ka pa sa mga task. Pero if you had a good self-introduction to the team, they like you, your personality, how unique you are, eventually, di ba, they will be reaching you out, and they will be asking you personal stuff, and then eventually they'll help you reach your goals, no, in your work. Like in my case, I remember kasi in Accenture, I think I mentioned it already, pero I am working in a hybrid work setup. So the reason why I have a virtual background is I'm working from home today. So I remember my very first day. My very first day, it was virtual. So I had to meet my team virtually. Ayun, tapos parang nagkaroon kami ng mga parang kakulitan lang na parang, oh sige, introduce yourself, tell us your interest and stuff, ganyan. And then I introduced myself, and talagang, I think I remember having parang 5 to 10 minutes spotlight yata yun kasi ang dami kong sinasabi. Kasi I really want them to know me para, alam mo yun, yung parang expectation nila, ay kasi ganyan, ganyan siya. So I want to establish that with them para I'm very transparent with who I am. Tapos ayun, I was introducing myself, and then right after, they were clapping. No, they were clapping kasi ang binigay na time lang sa amin for self-introduction is around 3 minutes. Pero I went up the time. I went overboard. So, ayun, parang, ayan, pakpak sila award, ganyan. And then, ayun, they see me as someone who is fun to be with. And yung mga nag-reach out sa akin personally after the meeting, I became good friends with them. No, sabi nila mahirap daw makahanap ng friends sa workplace, but I believe that's not true. It's actually way easier kasi although you guys are very different, pero yung mga factors kasi pagka magkakasama kayo, it definitely counts, no? So ayun, nakakilala ko ng mga people that are good at their work, number one, and also very reliant, no? So pagka I needed help with something, let's say I'm sending bulk emails to students kasi nga ang task ko is to communicate with school and students under campus recruitment team. If I need to, communicate with the school or with the students, and I have so much going on right now, I have so many things in my plate, I'll ask help from them. No, I'll ask favor, and then they'll do it. Sabi nila, sige, sure, wala naman ako masyadong ginagawa. And vice versa, if they needed help from me, I wouldn't think twice. Sige, go, okay lang. Medyo busy ako pero I'll park that for later, gawin ko din. Pag free naman ako, sige, gawin ko na ngayon. No? So, ayun, it's good that you establish good relationship with your coworkers, with your supervisors, with your employer. Kasi it promotes better working environment for everyone. No, walang awkwardness. No, when you get together in the office, the work is harmonious. You all have one common goal. And then syempre yung mga perks, yung pagchichismisan nyo while you're in the workplace, talking about personal stuff. No, I get to talk to my workmates about my personal stuff, and I'm very comfortable with them. So I hope you guys take that into consideration. No? Whether you are introvert or extrovert, at least try to build a network, no, of people that you think will be good for you. Kasi if you're introvert, it doesn't matter if kilala mo lahat. What matters is that you have a group of people that you trust, no, in the workplace, that you can rely on eventually if you needed help with something, and vice versa. No, they feel the same way towards you. So that is, I think, my third tip. Next, fourth tip. Invest. So when we're talking invest, no, there are a lot of things that you can invest in your company or within yourself, no. So these are some of the things that I've thought worth investing for. So number one, your time, no. So investing time is very important, especially in the workplace, no, kasi it gives you a schedule. It leads you to a schedule that works for you and your personal life. So invest In your time, I guess in some way, parang let's say, for example, you want to prioritize doing this certain project, no? Meron kang kailangang tapusin. And mag-allot ka ng time for that to finish, let's say, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Set a goal na I should be able to finish this within 1 day or let's say 2 days. No? And then within those period, try to be focused, no? Kasi nga you're investing your time, no? You're investing your work time for that specific task. So after that day or after 2 days, if nagawa mo na or na-accomplish mo na, it feels so good. It feels so good that you accomplish something, especially if it's hard. No? So it's very important that you know when you're going to allocate, when and where you're going to allocate your time, especially in the work that you do. And the next, invest in resources. So I think I included this because like what I've said, I'm working on a hybrid work setup. So I started investing a lot of devices in order for me to improve my working experience. So let's say, for example, ever since I started working in Accenture, I've bought my own laptop, my own keyboard. Although they provide the device, pero syempre, di ba, sometimes you want to modify um, your devices para it gives you aesthetically pleasing or maybe a better and more comfortable working experience. So I started investing in devices para um, I love the work that I do, but at the same time, I feel good with the work that I do kasi I have all the devices, no? Like for example, I'm not sure if you guys, ayan, this is a Logi mouse. I think I have tatlong ganito. And this is my favorite color kasi lavender or lilac yata to. I started investing in things like that kasi syempre yung ergonomics, diba? Parang I like using this kasi yung device na ibibigay ni Accenture is limited lang. Kung ano lang talaga yung need mong gawin, yun lang yung bibigay ng device. Pero this is not included. I bought this. I bought other two pieces of this para syempre kung anong feel kong color today. Ayun. So, that's how I see it is, yung investing resources. Kasi, yun nga, like what I've said, if you feel good or if you see that the devices that you're using is something that you like, no, parang it boosts you to work better. Ewan ko, maybe that's just me, pero that's my experience in terms of investing resources. And then, of course, investing network, not necessarily just friends, no, pero you want to communicate properly with the people around you also. Or sometimes, meron tayong mga network kasi sa workplace na parang hindi mo siya friend, he or she is from a different department, pero for some reason you guys feel connected, na feel mutually connected towards each other, and if you needed help with let's say your work and then they know something about it, they'll be assisting you, parang ganun. So ako, my role in campus recruitment, I also communicate with other teams, in technology team, in operations team. Sometimes when I'm logging our transportation services going to campus, let's say for example, kung pupunta kami PUP, ang task ko also is to log transportation for our team. Ganyan. So, ayun, sometimes parang nagiging goods na kami ng mga nakakausap ko kasi yun nga, I'm trying to build a network of reliant people, no? Kasi it helps you shaping your career in the future. They help you learn more about the company and also the work that they do. Siyempre, di ba? Mas okay na yung mas madami kang alam sa company mo and the work that the company does, the better. Okay, and then another one that's worth investing, I think also the most important is skills, no? Whether it is soft or technical skills, it's important that you hone your skills. In Accenture, we offer a lot of seminars, trainings, certifications, whether it is webinar, local, or international, as long as the opportunity is fit for you, will provide you that skills training. It's good also kasi in our case in HR, parang meron kaming weekly skills trainings. It really depends kung ano yung theme. Ganyan. I remember sometime I attended way last year. It's about mental health. Ganyan. Although I'm a psychology student, syempre, um, yung, kumbaga yung love and adoration ko towards mental health is there. Pero it's still good that you learn something from other people, no? Especially from experts or professionals in their field. Parang ganyan. So, nung umattend ako ng mental health seminar, parang, now I know that this company really values inclusivity, ganyan, diversity, and they prioritize the mental health of or the mental well-being of an individual in this company. So kumbaga parang mas lumawak yung knowledge ko about mental health, although I know about it, pero it's good that you hear something from other people, diba? And then what else? Syempre, training, certifications. I've undergone a series of trainings also in the past that helped me become a better recruiter, no? Whether a recruiter online or a recruiter in schools, no? Especially in communication skills, we also have trainings for that. Yeah, so whether whatever um, field or facet that you will be with, kung technology man yan or operations, strategy and consulting, so on and so forth, no? Always try to look for opportunities of growth, no? Skills training is very important kasi syempre nasa work ka na eh, and then it's better that you learn something other than your work. Para eventually, if you decided to leave the company or find better opportunities locally or abroad, at least masasabi mo, may naturo si Accenture sa akin. Ganyan. Kasi I've undergone in this skills training. Parang ganun. Okay? And then last tip. Okay, let me check lang. Okay, there. So last tip is work-life balance. Okay, so I think I mentioned this already kanina. That in Accenture, we value work-life balance. That's why as much as we could, we try to provide hybrid working setup, no? Pero syempre, that will still depend on your client or your project, no? Kasi iba-iba naman ng clients or projects sa Accenture, depende on your team. So we try to provide a comfortable working setup for you. And in my case, I experienced that kasi, let's say for example, this week, Monday, Tuesday, I was working from home. No? Sometimes I work in my partner's house. Sometimes I work at home, in my home. Sometimes I work in a coffee shop. No, kunyari, let's say, alam kong lalabas ako ng mga 6 p.m. Tapos na kasi yung shift ko ng 6 p.m. Ayun, parang minsan, I'm very guilty about this. Pero sometimes nagtatrabaho ko sa bus. No? Pero I'm still providing the same output that I'm giving whether I'm working in office or in home. Kumbaga parang yung flexibility ba na binibigay and pinaprovide ni Accenture for us is very evident. Kasi sometimes I work in the bus, sometimes I work at a coffee shop, sometimes pag may bibilhin ako, I even try having a meeting, especially kung ano lang naman ako. Kumbaga kailangan lang ako makinig sa meeting. Sometimes I listen through my phone or the service phone that Accenture provided me, ganun. Ayun, so the work is very flexible. Also, I'd like to include na they're very flexible kasi I'm currently on my master's and then I have classes ng Friday. Sabi ko, I asked if I can pwede akong mag-out ng as early as 5 p.m. Pero I'll start at 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Kumbaga, it's not the official schedule, pero kumbaga, you know what I mean? Kumbaga parang I'm trying to offer a flexible schedule for myself kasi I'm currently working on my master. So, ayun, pumayag naman, no worries. Basta you give you work the whole shift and you give the output that is needed from you, you can do it. You can take your masters. That should not be a problem. We're not limiting you to opportunities. Parang ganun. So that's part of work-life balance. And it's important, guys, that you find a company that provides work-life balance, a healthy working environment. So, so I'll just flash some photos of me, ayan, and my partner, my dogs, ayan. So, ayan, sa top portion, ayan, andyan yung photos ko of me and my team. And yung nasa right, my friends, no, that are not within my team, pero I'm friends with them. Yun nga, like what I've said, it's important to establish good relationship also with people within your company na kahit hindi mo ka-team. Yan. And then that's me and my partner. I included this photo because of Accenture. I'm still able to provide time to my partner and to my dog ganyan kasi nga the work is very flexible. And I think nung pinicturean yan parang may work yata ako, may shift ako. I don't remember. And then that's me on the beach working actually. That's lunch break pala. I remember lunch break yon. Nasa ano kami? Sa beach side that is in Polillo, Quezon. Sabi ko, I think I can work efficiently naman kasi there's internet, ganyan. So ayun, doon ako nag-work sa beach. It feels good. Nakakapagbigay pa rin ako ng output that they are asking me, but at the same time, I still get to enjoy life. No, I get to live my life to the fullest. So that's one perk of Accenture. That's one of the perks that Accenture offers is yung work-life balance that I hope some of you guys will be interested kasi we really need people in our team or in our company. Okay, so I think brief overview lang of our campus programs in Accenture, no? So I think we've had several participations with PUP. PUP is one of our partner schools. So whatever events PUP will be having, for sure nandun kami. Virtual career fair or face-to-face career fairs, webinars, sponsorship events will be there, no? Ayan. So here are some of our campus programs. And talking about campus programs, I'd like to invite you guys also. Very short promo. Sorry. I'd like to invite you guys in our virtual career fair on January 24 from 3 to 5 p.m. This is open for graduating or for internship opportunities. No, if you'd like to process your application online already, kindly scan the QR code, take a screenshot, save the link below. No, kasi again, PUP is one of our partner schools, so we would really appreciate if we have the presence of PUP students in our virtual career fair. I'll be the host pala of the event and I'll be assisting you in signing up. There will also be different speakers from different fields. I think in 24, sorry, a speaker is from operations. Ayan, so we have a lot of job opportunities for everyone. So I encourage everyone to visit if you have time on January 24 from 3 to 5 p.m. This is virtual via Microsoft Teams. Ayan, so onting plug lang. And yes, I think that concludes my talk. If you're interested to know more about our company, visit us in our campus landing page, accenture.com/page students. This website is specific for students, graduating students, for university, for colleges. And check our social media sites for recent posts of Accenture, yeah, for updates. And thank you, PUP, for this opportunity, for letting me be your speaker for today. And I'm hoping to see you guys in Accenture in the future. Thank you.
Hi, sir. Hi, guys. Okay, guys, you can interact with our speaker if you want to ask questions. Pwede po. Welcome po. So, pwede nyo i-post ang inyong question using our Zoom chat or the comment section naman ng ating Facebook page. So, guys, pwede na kayong magtanong kay sir ngayon. So, may tanong po ba tayo kay Sir Kyle? Guys? Okay. Sir, tumatanggap po ba ng interns ang Accenture?
Ayan. Yes, yes, we accept interns po. So like what I've said kanina, I've flashed the QR code for our virtual career fair and the link also. So kindly join na lang. And then on January 24 from 3 to 5 p.m., promise you guys I'll be assisting you with the step-by-step process of applying para ma-process nyo na yung internship application niyo.
Yun, ayun naman pala. So, at least, di ba, if you wanted to join Accenture through internship, sir, how's the turnover rate? Ano pong turnover rate sa Accenture?
Turnover rate. Wait, sorry. I think my laptop is lag. Oh, okay. Turnover rate. That's a good question, no? Pero I don't think I'm in the liberty to answer that. Pero I guess I'd like to use my team as an example na lang. Our team composed of 18 people, and ever since I started, I think 1, 2, 3. Ayun, 3 na yung umalis from 2022 to 2024. Yung isa, umalis siya because she's going to retire already. The other one was offered a better opportunity by another company. And then the other one, I'm not sure what was the reason. And I'm not even sure kung I'm even allowed to say this. Pero ayun, I think most of Accenture employees, at least from feedbacks, they are okay with the company. The thing about Accenture kasi, no, is that, let's say for example, I'm working in campus recruitment under HR. Let's say after 2 years of working under this field, I want to, wag ka parang napapaisip ko, parang medyo nasa-stuck na ako sa gantong work. Parang I want a change. Yeah, I want better career opportunity. I want another team. I want another job na pwedeng mag-offer sa akin ng, I don't know, maybe mas malaking promotion, ganyan. I transfer to another team. Kasi we promote internal hirings here in Accenture. So if you want to check out other teams, no, there's a certain market online now, na internal sa Accenture, by the way, na where you can pick other opportunities for you if you'd like to apply. So I hope at least Frizzle, that answers your question. Kasi again, I'm not sure if I'm in the liberty to mention yung turnover rate in Accenture.
Okay, so thank you, sir. Thank you, Crystals, for your questions. So guys, may tanong pa po ba tayo kay sir? Okay. Mukhang wala na, sir. So at least natanong na kung tumatanggap si Accenture ng OJT. So at least mag-o-open na po na naman kasi ang second semester ng PUP. So may mga estudyante tayo ngayon na syempre naghahanap ng OJT. By the way, yun namang mga estudyante natin na talagang gusto, lalo na on your second semester, we'll be having our face-to-face job fair this coming March 13 to 15. So, may mga industry partner tayo na makakasama doon. So, pwede kayong mag-apply at pumunta. It will be held at the PUP Gymnasium. Isa pa rin po sa event ng PUP yung matulungan kayo or matulungan ng ating mga estudyante. Employment man yan or internship opportunity. So maraming salamat Sir Cal at maraming salamat Accenture sa pagpapa-unlock mo at pag-share nyo ng experience and expertise nyo, lalo na sa transition na nangyari sa inyo during your after graduation. So alam ko makakatulong ito sa ating mga kaisko at kaiska na magta-transcend na from pagiging estudyante into an employee. So maraming salamat guys. Syempre, hindi rin naman natin, pwede rin naman sila mag-transcend from estudyante into an entrepreneur. So, hindi natin kinakalimutan yan. So, maraming salamat, Sir Kyle, and I hope to see you soon, and I hope to see you Accenture soon, lalo na po sa mga alumni relation or alumni relation and career development office event. So, at least makakasama natin sila para mabigyan tayo ng tulong at alalay sa kanilang expertise at providing there are job opportunities para sa ating mga kaisko at kaiska. Maraming salamat, Sir Kyle.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you po.
Okay po. So guys, para naman po sa ating next industry partner. So our next industry partner is a leading private universal bank in the Philippines with all over 100 years of banking experience and history. So before anything else, let's watch the AVP of China Banking Corporation.
Binondo, 1920. Here, 100 years ago, men of courage and vision founded China Bank to help a community of struggling but worthy merchants and traders achieve their dreams. They were driven by an impeccable code of trust and respect through the hard times and the good times. That's how China Bank successfully partnered with 5 generations of loyal clients. Today, China Bank keeps pace with evolving technology while remaining grounded on integrity and prudence. China Bank, celebrating the past, embracing the future.
Times change, but values remain.
Binondo.
To discuss about employers' importance, let's welcome China Banking Corporation Strategic Sourcing Head, Ms. Ria Manalo. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi, Miss Jane. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon po,
Clear
ma'am.
naman
Audible ka na?
yung... Yeah,
Oh, yes,
clear
ma'am.
naman. Good.
Okay, guys. Pwede bang pabigyan si ma'am ng isang masigabong palakpakan? Okay, so ma'am, you can take away the virtual floor na po.
Yan, thank you everyone. So, I'm Rhea R. Manalo. I'm part of the Talent Acquisition and Placement Division of China Banking Corporation. So, my department is Strategic Talent Sourcing. With me is Miss Chari, part of the Strategic Talent Sourcing Department also. So, she will share our presentation for today. Let's just wait for the presentation. Yan. Can I see a thumbs up kung nakikita natin yung presentation? Okay. Ayan. So I'll be discussing the employer's importance, no? We're all leaning into looking for a job or looking for internships. But this session, I hope this will give you some insights on the what are the qualities of an applicant that employers are looking for. And another thing is what kind of employers you need to look for. Okay, when you start applying for a job or an internship. Okay, sige. Okay, so at the end of the session,
we are to define and differentiate employers and employees in the context of work. So, ano yung employers, ano yung employees? Sige. Okay, we will be able to clarify also employers' expectations from job seekers. Okay, and then we explain the importance of employers in the employees' well-being. Kung ano ba yung mga matutulong na mga employer sa atin, 'di ba? Kung anong klaseng employer ang hahanapin natin para ma-support yung well-being natin. All right. These are the 3 important keywords that you have to learn or you have to take note lang for the rest of the session. Okay, for the first keyword, okay, so that's employ. It's a verb, means to pay someone to work. Okay, so ikaw yung kunyari employer ka, you will employ that person to do internship for you, to do anything, to do a task, to do a job. So ang ibig sabihin nun is employ. You will employ them. The next noun is employee. Okay, it is someone who is paid to work. So that's me here in China Bank. So that's you when you start looking for a job and when you've been employed by a company. And the last one is the employer. A noun, a person or a company who employs employee. So ito yung mga companies na tinitingnan natin or makakasama natin on March during job fairs. Ito yung mga companies na nag-present sa atin today. Okay. So what are the expectations of the employers from us, no? Like for example, nung graduate ako, ano yung mga naiisip ko na kailangang skills na meron ako para maging employable ako sa isang company. So basically, mga universal or general na expectations lang naman yon. So let's just watch this video first and then we'll discuss later on kung ano yung makikita natin ng mga characteristics, skills, and abilities na dapat meron tayo before tayo sumabak sa job hunting. Sige, we'll play a video.
Communication skills are absolutely vital and important, both written and verbal communication skills. Ensuring that you write very, very clearly and articulate it well. And same within the verbal communication. Speaking slowly, articulate yourself, and actually think about what you're saying so that the other person understands what you're saying.
Teamwork and interpersonal skills in a candidate is extremely important for us. We're an organization that works in an agile way, so you'll be working lots with people across the company and in different project groups.
Teamwork's essential. More and more collaboration is becoming the centerpiece of what makes us successful.
Were you able to see the video? Hindi, no? Walang register yung video?
Wala, ma'am.
Sige, ulitin namin, ma'am.
Communication skills are absolutely vital and important, both written and verbal communication skills. Ensuring that you write very, very clearly and articulate it well. And same within the verbal communication. Speaking slowly, articulate yourself, and actually think about what you're saying so that the other person understands what you're saying.
Teamwork and interpersonal skills in a candidate is extremely important for us. We're an organization that works in an agile way, so you'll be working lots with people across the company and in different project groups.
Teamwork's essential. More and more collaboration is becoming the centrepiece of what makes us successful.
Organisations are about a group of people, and it's about those people connecting together. And in today's world that we live in, it's very diverse. Having that connection between that diversity is extremely important.
Nowadays, anyone needs to be confident and proud of their achievements and be comfortable to show that in an interview. If you don't shout about yourself, no one else will.
When we're recruiting, we look at people that are aligned with the values of our organisation. So the last value is excellence, and that really is being the best that you are, bringing yourself to work and working as hard as you can and bringing that effort through.
Another quality that we look for in candidates is that they're passionate and driven. We are a technology software development house, so people that are interested in technology and have a passion for where the future of technology is going.
Self-management is really important because New Zealand businesses as a whole tend to be a lot flatter in the organisational structure. There's an expectation that you're proactive in recognising what needs to be done and doing it.
So one of the key things that we're really looking for people that we're recruiting for are agility, sort of flexibility, people that are really open to change, and also partnered with that is the real willingness to learn and adapt and be curious.
Networking always assists anyone in their own career, and we also value that in our organisation. Understanding what's going on within your industry and developing relationships with people internally and externally within your industry, so you develop more that relationship but also that understanding.
Depending on what skills and background you bring to New Zealand, it may be more helpful to get some type of experience, potentially voluntary, for or while you're starting to look for a job in New Zealand. It's a way of understanding how we work, getting familiar with the language, linking into the community, and also aligning some voluntary work skills that can then be relevant for work skills.
Any candidate has analytical and critical thinking as someone we'd like to have on our radar as well, but also with the world that's changing, it's a key skill set that people will have to be successful.
If you look at where the future's going, problem solving and collaborating to solve problems is really important. They can be very hard to assess in an interview situation, so building a CV or a repertoire of stories which can illustrate how you've solved problems is important.
So I think initiative and drive for a candidate is very important in our organisation. So anyone that can demonstrate they can take something and drive it through to completion is someone we're looking for.
We are a values-based business, so really understanding how you fit with the values that we have and what your values are to make sure that you're not only the right person for us, but it's also the right organisation for you.
We've got 51 different nationalities here at KPMG. Over 30% of all of our hires come from overseas, so we don't necessarily have a fit. We're looking for people that now add to the culture of the organisation.
Ayan. So, nakinig ba tayo at nanood ba tayo ng video? Can I see yung mga, you think mga skills na related sa inyo na pwede nyong ipagmalaki or nakuha sa video na meron kayo? Can you put it in the chat box or sa Facebook natin? What are the employer's expectations na you think meron kayo right now na pwede nyong i-shout out sa mga employers or mga companies na a-applyan nyo? Kung talagang nakinig kayo ng video or nanood kayo sa video. Anyone? Ayan, walang nag-chat. Willingness to learn. Thank you, Harvey, for that. Oh, si Donna Carr is a critical thinker and si Ryan has good communication skills. That's good. So I'll be discussing it one by one, no? Flexibility, thank you for that, Liam, no? So what are the employer's expectations na nakita natin or napanood natin sa video? So these are collaboration, magaling ba tayo at mahilig ba tayo makipag-collaborate? Are we confident? Yung work ethics ba natin? During school works, nakikita ba yon? Yung ating effort and hard work, pagiging passionate and driven natin, visible ba sa atin yon? So you have to remember those employers' expectations. Kasi in general, yun talaga yung hinahanap. Any employers, even local or abroad, so yun. Yun siya lahat. But I'll be discussing it one by one so that ma-emphasize sa inyo kung anong klase yung mga skills and abilities na to na dapat meron tayo. Sige, Chari, let's move. Okay, so first expectation that we'll be discussing is teamwork and collaboration. So ano ba yung teamwork and collaboration? In Tagalog, it's pagtutulungan or pakikipagtulungan. 'Di ba? Usually sa school, very evident sa atin yan, lalo na kung part tayo ng organization. During, kapag officer tayo or member tayo ng organization, kapag sinabi ni leader na we have to meet this time at this place, 'di ba? Tapos we have to do a project. Kapag naging part kayo niyan, that's teamwork and collaboration. Ibig sabihin, team player kayo. Ganyan. And then, usually nangyayari din na sa mga companies, they're looking for someone na may organization or may school org talaga. That means kasi that person is willing to work with others or very open to explore opportunities or open to do jobs with other people. So that's teamwork and collaboration. Sabi nga nila, 'di ba, mas two heads is better than one. Siyempre, lalo na kung group work yan. The next expectation that is included in the presentation is practice communication skills, written or verbal. Lalo na ngayon, no? Once you start working, hindi lang TikTok videos ang gagawin natin, hindi lang Reels ang gagawin natin. We have to learn how to email business side. Okay, we have to know or we have to learn how to email formally, 'di ba? Kapag text, siguro kung nasanay tayo sa text, nasanay tayo mag-comment ng hindi masyadong buo yung mga text, no? So, once we enter the real world, we cannot do like mga wrong spelling, we cannot do wrong grammar anymore, we cannot do a memo na kulang-kulang, even yung mga punctuation marks. So, those are the things that you have to learn for you to have for you to practice your communication skills at the same time, no, verbally. Kahit anong language pa yan when you work abroad, of course, universal language is English, no? When you work abroad or local, communication skills doesn't mean na kailangan magaling ka mag-English, kailangan tama, perfect yung grammar mo. It's good, it's better if you have one. Pero communication skills pertains to you being able to communicate your thoughts or express yourself easily, pati concisely, no? Kung immediately na-express mo yung iniisip mo, syempre during like for example sa classroom setup, no? Kapag tinawag tayo ni teacher, tinawag tayo ni prof, kapag nakasagot tayo sa kanya agad, kung very confident tayo sa sagot natin, that's us practicing our communication skills orally and verbally. Yan. The other one is giving your best. Ano yung give? Ito yung pagbibigay ng buong husay mo. Yun, kung saang larangan mang meron ka. Giving your best in a workplace means striving to be perfect. No, hindi lang yung average na sige, ibigay na natin yung project na yan. At least may maipasa tayo, no? If your supervisors, if your professors see that may effort yung ginawa mo, kung halimbawa ang project niya lang is gawin mo yung isang topic na to. Pero ikaw, dahil you want to give your best, in-extend mo yung subject na yon, in-extend mo yung topic na yon. It's this, matutuwa yung professor mo, di ba? It's the same with the real world, with a company. Kapag sinabi sa'yo ng supervisor mo na ito lang gawin mo, itong part na to, for example, you're a cashier, mag-cashier ka lang dito. Pero di ba, giving your best means extending your effort. So, aside from cashiering, ginagawa mo din, naglilista ka or nagte-take notes ka, binabati mo lahat ng clients. That's doing your job more than what is expected of you. So that's one of the very good qualities na gustong makita ng mga employers sa'yo para ma-promote ka or para mapunta ka sa next level. Next is flexibility. Flexibility means being flexible or yung kakayahan nating umangkop. 'Di ba? Na, for example, you are assigned during day shift. Kunyari, na-employ ka sa isang company na may day shift, mid shift, night shift, 'di ba? Though, ang contract mo is day shift, pero dahil kailangan ng company ng someone during mid shift, no? If you said yes, if you were able to adapt immediately or to change your schedule immediately based sa needs ng company, yon, that means you're being flexible. So, pwedeng mag-manifest yung being flexible mo sa ibabang bagay, di ba? Yun, for example nga, kung ang work mo is cashiering lang, di ba? Pero gusto mong pag nilagay ka sa customer service, kaya mo din siya. Pag nilagay ka sa backroom, kaya mo din siya. Pag nilagay ka sa fieldwork, kaya mo din siya. So, that's being flexible. Para at least hindi lang tayo, for example, na-cut yung job natin doing cashiering. Hindi na kailangan ng cashier kasi automated na lahat. For example, magbabayad na lang na gamit yung GCash, gamit yung Paymaya, online payment, ayan. So, hindi na kailangan. So, ibig sabihin, being flexible is, okay, pwede kang ma-assign sa ibang part ng job. Pwede kang maging customer service, pwede kang mag-allok ng products, or pwede kang sa ibang, not just cashiering, pwede kang mag-field work, diba? So, yun yung another expectation sa atin ng employer natin, na hindi lang isang ability or isang skills yung alam natin. So, next is being analytic, o yung pagiging mapanuri, no? Especially ngayon, no, as a college students, we should be more analytic, no? Using your social media accounts, sharing reels, sharing anything news happenings in social media. If we are not analytic, ang mangyayari, we'll be sharing a lot of fake news. Ibig sabihin ng being analytic, mapanuri tayo sa lahat ng data na isi-share natin. Kapag may nakita tayo ng news, tapos isi-share natin siya, naniniwala agad tayo. Diba hindi siya maganda, tapos fake news pala. Sa real world, sa isang company, before you say something, before you pass on or submit or do a news happenings na ifo-forward mo sa supervisor mo or sa management, you make sure na it's factual. Na galing siya sa matinding research bago mo sinabi or bago mo sinabmit. So, in that way, diba, nag-extend ka na ng effort, you're giving your best already, at the same time, nakikita nila na ina-analyze mo yung situation, ina-analyze mo yung data, ina-analyze mo whatever materials that you have before you share it to others para maging credible ka din. The other expectation is being proactive. Ayan yung sinasabi nila ng daig ng maagap ang masipag. Proactive is being maagap. Okay. Just for instance, in a classroom setting, no, hindi pa nagtatawag yung professor mo, sumasagot ka na sa alam mo na yung tatanungin niya, di ba? Or hindi pa submission ng project mo, nagpapasa ka na. Okay. That's for pwedeng scenario for school setting. Sa company naman, being proactive is kapag may nakitang problem na kailangang solusyonan, hindi pa nag-a-ask yung supervisor or yung manager mo na let's think about what will be the solutions for these problems, no? Nakaisip ka na. You're raising na meron tayong problema na ganito, and these are my suggestions, these are my solutions na gustong ibigay para ma-solve agad yung problem. That's being maagap, na hindi pa man nangyayari yung mga bagay-bagay dahil you have thought of that, di ba? Hindi na nagkakaproblema. Okay. The other expectation is display of interpersonal skills. Ito yung pakikipagkapwa-tao natin. Yung kasanayan natin na makipag-usap sa ibang tao ng maayos, 'di ba? Ito yung tinatawag nilang people skills or soft skills. Ayan. Yung aside from our IQ, aside from gusto natin mataas yung IQ, gusto natin may emotional intelligence din, 'di ba? Mataas din yung EQ, ganyan. Hindi sa lahat ng bagay, no? Ang sinasabi nga nila minsan, it's better to be kind than right all the time, no? Na masyado mong pinupush yung mga bagay-bagay sa school or sa isang company tapos nakakasagasa ka ng madaming tao or masyadong madaming naaapektuhan sa desisyon mo na yon, no? So minsan, we have to empathize to others na kapag ba ni-raise ko tong issue na to or kapag ba ni-raise ko tong bagay na to, for all ba, pangkalahatan ba magiging masaya? 'Di ba? Kapag ba may problem yung isa kong office mate, pag ba may problem yung classmate ko, natutulungan ko ba siya? O pinapalala ko lang yung sitwasyon? So, those are the expectations na gusto nang makita ng employer na aside from yourself, you also think about other. Or lalo na kapag naging supervisor ka or manager ka, you will not only take care of yourself, but you also have to take care of other people. So, ayan yung important skills na kailangan meron tayo as an employee. The last one, the last expectation that I'll be discussing is yung perseverance, being persevere or pagtsatsaga natin. Okay, masyado ba tayong madaling sumuko sa mga challenges, 'di ba? Kapag ba may project tayo dahil nahihirapan na tayo for 8 hours, ayaw na natin siyang gawin. O dahil gusto nating ma-perfect yung score, dahil gusto nating matuwa si professor, magtsatsaga tayo na, sige, gawin natin to for 24 hours until makuha natin yung tamang solution or yung tamang project na or result na gusto natin. Yan yung kapag may problem sa company, no, are we determined na tapusin yung project na yon kapag may konting challenges na binigay yung company? For example, kulang sa budget yung project mo, 'di ba? Hindi mo na ba yung tatapusin dahil nga kulang sa budget or gagawan mo siya ng paraan para at least ma-resolve yung problem at the same time makuha natin yung result na gusto natin on that project. That's pagtsatsaga. Okay, that's also one of the most important things na hinahanap ng employers sa atin, ang skills natin. Usually naman, Filipinos are always seen as super matyaga or may pagtsatsaga sa trabaho. Okay. All right. So, these are the things that you need to think of, no? Better, meron siyang ibig sabihin. Be your best self, okay? That's during your time kapag mag-a-apply ka na or kapag mag-join ka na ng isang company or kapag mag-join ka ng isang company for your internship or kung talagang sasabak ka na sa real world, no? Be your best self. Remember, express yourself well. Teamwork is a must. Okay. Think analytically. Expect to make adjustments or be flexible. Resonate with the organization's values. Siyempre, kung ano yung character ng isang company or kung ano yung values na nakikita mo sa isang company or yung tinatawag nilang culture. Sometimes you have to fit yourself in. Hindi yung not everyone is, for example, feeling mo hindi ka belong doon. Minsan hindi ganun eh. Sometimes you need to adjust yourself to fit in. Yan. Remember to be better. Okay, may game time lang tayo, no? Chari will post some questions here and then you have to answer through chat. Ayan. I hope we'll be able to see sa March during your job fair, we'll be there sa PUP. You can visit our booth to claim your prizes. Pipili kami ng 3 dito sa game time natin. Sige, Chari, go. You just have to input your answers dyan sa chat natin. First question. The process of working collaboratively with a group of people in order to achieve a goal. Sige, may nakita na akong isa na tama ang sagot. Ayan, the answer is teamwork. So the first 3, visit our booth sa March. Number 2 question. Ability to convey and share ideas and feelings effectively. Very active si Trevor Liam. Ayan. Let's see some answers pa. Okay, sige, let's show the answer, Chari. That's communication. Communication is the answer. Okay, number 3 question. Being able to make a change with minimal stress or strain. Na perfect ni Trevor. Ayan. Papakita ka sa amin, ha? During job fair, ha? Ayan. Yun. So, nakikinig sa ating lecture for today. Sige, let's move forward. Thank you for those who put their answers in the chat box. No? As I've said, you can visit our booth and we'll give you your prize. Naka-note yung name nyo sa amin. Okay, now naman, I'll be discussing the ideal employer. Kung sa tingin nyo, of course, yung mga employers, di ba, kailangan natin silang i-impress kung ano yung skills, abilities natin, kailangan nating ipakita sa kanila through resume, through interview, diba? Pero, syempre, we also need to look out for them. Ano bang company to? Anong klaseng company to? Magiging okay ba ako sa company na to? Aalagaan ba ako sa company na to? Stable ba tong company na to? So, those are the questions that we need to ask ourselves, no? In looking for a company to apply for an OJT or apply for a job. So in general, I'll be discussing you what are the ideal employer's characteristics. Okay, one of which is management, supervision, and control. It means they provide direction and guidance. Syempre, pagpasok mo naman sa isang company, hindi yung plug and play ka. I mean, hindi mo na alam kung anong gagawin mo. Wala ka man lang orientation. No? Isi-segue ko lang. The China Bank has new employee orientation. Once mag-start ka sa China Bank, first day mo, actually, the next 3 days for head office employees will be full orientation. You'll know about the company, the culture of the company, what are your expectations in the company. And then the other 2 days for branch operation course, these are for the branch employees naman, no? Kung paano mo gagawin yung trabaho mo ng tama. Of course, we have to consider, for example, I'm an employer, we have to consider na pagpasok nyo sa isang company, hindi nyo pa alam yung work. So, management, supervision, and control or direction from that company is very important to look out for. Yearly performance appraisal. Ito yung for example, part ka na ng company na yon, tapos dapat may yearly performance appraisal or annual performance report. Ito yung tinitingnan ng mga supervisors mo or managers mo kung ano yung nagawa mo for the whole year. What are the things that you need to improve and ano yung mga bagay na magaling ka and you have to progress on that more. So, ganun siya. We also have virtual town hall meetings. Ito yung kinakausap ng mga management team namin, yung mga department heads, division heads, and yung mga staff para they know kung anong direction ng bank. Of course, syempre ayaw natin sa company na bigla-bigla na lang magbibigay sa atin ng letter na magko-close na pala sila, 'di ba? Ayaw natin sa company na hindi man lang natin nakakausap yung heads, yung group heads, hindi man lang tayo nakakalapit sa office nila. We don't like that. So, yun, just to segue nga, no, China Bank has all that. On your first day, may orientation kami, may annual report kami ng performance, and then we also conduct virtual meetings regularly. The other point to consider when looking for an employer is compensation and benefits. Of course, hindi tayo magtatrabaho ng libre. Kaya tayo nag-aaral para pagdating ng panahon, no, masuklian lahat ng pagod, paghihirap natin sa school. So, salary and other monetary and non-monetary benefits are important to consider when you're looking for a job. What you will experience or see in China Bank. So, we have, of course, the monthly salary and bonuses. For example, sa amin, we're 16-month paid, no? Aside from 13-month pay na binibigay or mandated by government, the bank is giving quarterly bonuses, kaya hanggang 16 months kami. Yan. So we also have HMO for employees and dependents. Ito yung may Medicard ka, yung MaxiCare, ganyan. For you and for your family, para protected ka. Pag nagkasakit ka, hindi ka kakabahan na you have to shell out money for hospitalization. So it's being covered by the bank. Also, China Bank has life insurance. We do not want to use that. Pero 'di ba, kapag may mangyari man sa iyo during your year or stay in China Bank na kung sakali na aksidente ka, may life insurance si China Bank. Okay, may mga medical allowances and loans na, for example, after 3 years pwede kang mag-car loan, after 3 years pwede kang mag-housing loan, ganyan. Or if you want to buy a personal mga gadgets for you, you can do that. China Bank HR is offering loans for its employees na very, very minimal lang yung interest rate niya. So there, you have to look for the compensation, good compensation and benefits of a company. Other point is, ayan, career growth and opportunity. Of course, all of us would like to be recognized and we all want to see na may growth tayo sa company na yan, 'di ba? Na we started when we start as a staff, no, gusto natin maging officer, gusto natin maging supervisor, gusto natin maging managers. So sa China Bank, if you're a staff, you can be promoted yearly. Of course, that's based on your performance. Kung talagang magaling ka, yearly pwede kang i-promote ng boss mo. We also have Model Employee Award. Kung nakakakitaan ka ng parang mga perfect attitude or character as a good employee, yon, ina-awardan din namin yon. Aside from that, we also have a management training program, sales and marketing awards. We also have supervisory development program. For example, you've been a staff for 2 or 3 years na, tapos we saw yung potential mo as a supervisor. So, pwede ka naming i-promote for or i-join sa program na yon, yung supervisory development program. Also, the bank has other awards yan. Sales and marketing awards, management training program are for those na fresh graduates na may potential, nakita namin may potential, may Latin honors when they graduate, may mga organizations. So, if you'll be graduating with such qualifications, pwede ka namin i-enroll directly as a management trainee of the bank. Ayan. The last one is training and development. Ito yung mga seminars, programs given by the employer to enhance the skills of their employees. At sabi nga nila, di ba, we have to look for a company na there is a personal and professional growth. Kasi once we attend trainings na sponsored by a company, hindi na makukuha sa iyo yon, yung mga trainings, mga certificates na yon. That's an additional skills for you. Parang additional year, additional months of studies for you. So China Bank is engaged with LinkedIn. It's a platform na may LinkedIn Learning Edge, wherein all employees has access to that. So kahit anong course, kahit anong subject na gusto mo, even not bank related, nandoon sa Learning Edge na yon. And we're encouraging our employees na magkaroon ng 30-minute challenge na every 30 minutes in 30 minutes in a day, no, spend your time spend your time na mag-open ng LinkedIn Learning and then learn something new. So yon. Of course, we have yun nga, leadership programs, personal development programs, behavioral programs na, of course, technical skills programs din, no? Para sa mga skills na kailangan natin para maging mas effective tayo sa job. Those are all binibigay ng China Bank Academy. That's our training and development division. Okay, occupational safety and health benefits. So, of course, we must ensure that employees are safe and we perform our perform our duties and responsibilities, no. The bank has first aid and basic life support. We have COVID care management during pandemic. It's still existing, no. We also have vaccination programs. So, yon, mayroon kaming ng pandemic-driven transportation when yung, 'di ba, during pandemic, talagang walang masakyan na public vehicle yung mga tao. So, mayroon kaming transportation for them para safe sila papunta sa work and pauwi ng bahay nila. So, that's one of the things na you have to consider when looking for a job too. The next is job security. Yon, assurance na you will keep your job, no, or job stability with China Bank. Nakita nyo naman kanina yung video namin, 2020, nag 100 years kami. So, ngayong 2024, we'll be celebrating our 104th year this August. Ayan. And lastly, work-life balance. Ayan yung gusto natin, no? We are being able to live our personal lives while working. So, China Bank has counseling programs to take care of mental health. So, may mga mental health wellness programs kami. May work-life integration programs kami. Wherein you will be joining some like soap making na mga programs. Mayroong mga programs sa sports, kung photography, yung hilig mo, may mga ganon sa China Bank, no, na pwede mong salihan para hindi lang puro work-related yung programs na nilalabas ni HR. So, naglabas din kami ng work-life integration. And monthly, meron kaming mga celebrations. Yan. So, those are the things that we need to look for kapag naghahanap tayo ng possible employer natin in the coming months or in the coming years once you graduated. Ayan. So, in choosing your first employer naman, ask yourself, is this the best employer for me? Best means back up by good reputation in the industry, embodies good leadership qualities, sets excellent company standards, takes good care of its employees and clients, and helping them succeed. When looking for your perfect employer or your match employer, you just have to look at their website. You check their Facebook account, check their LinkedIn account, so you can see what are the activities na meron tong companies na to, 'di ba? What are the activities na pwede kong i-engage yung sarili ko sa kanila, mukha bang match kami, something like that. So, the key is you research about the company through their website, their Facebook account, and their LinkedIn account bago ka mag-click to apply sa mga job postings nila. Okay, just another segue, no? I hope you can follow our social media accounts and official websites for happenings and vacancy updates. Just in case naghahanap na kayo ng work, you may check our website, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. We're also we're also in TikTok account at Join China Bank PH. May TikTok account kami. So these are the platforms where you can see China Bank happenings, news, and activities inside and outside the company. So I think that's the end of my presentation.
So guys, you can ask anything or you can interact with China Banking Corporation, Ms. Ria, para po sa inyong mga questions and reaction or insights about the topic. Kung may question kayo about China Banking Corporation, if you wanted to apply China Banking Corporation, maybe by internship or employment, pwedeng-pwede nyo na pong itanong sa kanya yan ngayon. So guys, may tanong ba tayo kay Ms. Ria? Nako, baka mamaya ang tanong nyo dyan malamang is, Ma'am, kahit po ba hindi ako graduate ng accounting, pwede ako mag-apply sa China Bank? Siyempre, di ba? Yung iba is, they are just wondering, nako, baka naman dahil CSSD ako, hindi po ako from the College of Social Science and Development po ako, hindi po ako psychology graduate or hindi din naman po ako accountant, hindi po ako banking and finance. Hindi po ako pwede bang mag-apply sa China Bank? Wala po bang mga opportunities na naka-line up para sa akin?
Sige, Miss Jane, sasagutin ko yan, no? Para sa lahat. Okay. So, I myself, of course, I'm part of HR, Human Resources Group. I'm a psychology graduate. My partner here today, si Chari, ang course niya is BS Behavioral Science, not even Human Resource Management, not even psychology. And now she's part of China Bank HR too. Just the same with all of you, no? Of course, ang main hinahanap namin na courses for our branches nationwide, ito yung mga tailoring, customer relations assistant, marketing assistant positions. Of course, we need business-related, management-related courses, accountancy-related courses. However, we also have vacancies for other positions in the bank. For example, if you're an IT graduate, if you're computer-related, a graduate of any computer-related courses, engineering courses related to computers, we have a full IT house here. So we're looking for you also. If you're analytics, if you're industrial engineering graduates, yon, if you're into legal administration, legal management, meron kaming legal office here. So meron kaming Office of the Corporate Secretary, where all our lawyers are there. So we also need you, not just business related. So wag kayong mahiyang mag-send ng CV nyo kahit hindi management or kahit hindi BSBA yung courses nyo.
Okay, so guys, malinaw naman siguro, di ba? Ma'am, open po ba kayo for, halimbawa, I am working, or not working pala, I am currently attending school sa PUP Ragay. Eh, may China Banking Corporation sa Ragay. Gusto ko sana mag-interns sa China Bank sa Ragay. Saan po ba ako dapat mag-apply?
Okay, so madami na kaming interns in the process from PUP since last year. Ang gagawin nyo lang is to visit that branch. Visit that branch, no? And then ask for the branch manager or ask for the branch operations officer, submit your resume na you're looking for internship. Usually, each branch nag-accept sila ng 2 internship. Basta meron silang upuan for that 2 students. Nag-accept sila ng interns. And then they will submit naman your applications from the branch to us sa HR para i-process. So, if you're near that China Bank branch or China Bank, even China Bank Savings branch, no, you can go directly to that branch. Kung wala pa silang interns, kaya nilang mag-accept ng up to 2. Or hintayin yung matapos yung 2 saka kayo mag-apply sa kanila para malapit yung internship nyo.
Okay. Paano naman, ma'am, pag halimbawa nandito kami sa Manila?
Yeah, if you're in Manila, tapos willing ka to work here sa head office namin, we have a head office, actually Ayala Avenue, Paseo de Rojas kami. marami kaming offices that are looking for interns. So, pwede din. Mag-send ka ng resume and your endorsement letter from school about your OJT requirement sa careers@chinabank.ph. Yon, nag-a-accept kami. Kung willing ka sa Makati base or ma-base sa Makati.
Ma'am, paano naman pag College of Education graduate ako or College of, ano yung nakita ko kanina? From College of Communication ako, meron din po bang mga opportunities for me as interns and as future banking employee sa China Bank?
Okay, so honestly, for College of Education graduates, we can endorse them for positions like secretarial positions or admin positions. For communications graduate naman, meron kaming ICRG or marketing department. Usually they're looking for someone na artistic, on the artistic side talaga. Communications when they need to do write-ups kasi meron kaming ganyan marketing team inside or marketing team na alam niyo yun, nag-send ng mga memos outside the company or nagsisend ng mga promotions outside. So, we also hire communication graduates.
Okay. So, yan. So, andito na po yung link po ng ating China Bank. So, if you wanted or interested applicants looking for internship and employment opportunities with China Banks, you may send your resume at careers@chinabank.ph. So, yun po siya. So, guys, maraming salamat. Maraming salamat, Ms. Ria, again. So, I'll see you siguro on our next career development webinar within the year. Sana hindi na siya webinar kung hindi face-to-face na para makita naman natin or makita kayo ng ating mga estudyante. At the same time, syempre, bibigyan din natin ng opportunity yung ating mga branches and campuses. So, naka-hybrid po sila. So, let's see and how we can work on that. Tingnan natin. So, 'di ba, kahit imposible medyo dahil sa internet connection and power outage po sa PUP Main. So guys, the link of evaluation is currently posted na po sa ating Zoom chat and the comment section of the Facebook page. Pwede nyo na po i-access yun para makareceive kayo ng digital certificate ninyo. So maraming salamat China Bank at maraming salamat din Accenture on sharing your time and expertise on the topics such as employer importance and the transition from student to employee. So, maraming salamat, Ms. Ria. Si Ms. Ria po ay graduate po ng PUP. So, I hope to see you all on our next webinar. Most probably on April na po tayo kasi medyo sagad tayo sa ating mga activity this coming February and March. We'll be having our one-stop shop in PUP Gymnasium and also the job fair on March 13 to 15 at the PUP Gymnasium. So, all are welcome po sa ating event na to ng Alumni Relation and Career Development Office. So, guys, para hindi kayo mahuli, lagi nyong aantabayanan or lagi kayo dapat nakapollow sa aming Facebook page at PUP Career Center or PUP Alumni. So, para at least, di ba, alam nyo agad kung ano yung mga announcement namin. If there's vacancies na pwede nyong applyan, meron din po doon. Kahit government man yan or industry partner or private company, meron po kami. Meron din po for internship. So, at least, di ba, stay tuned para dun sa and follow us on our Facebook page, well as meron na rin kaming YouTube at RPO TV sa ating YouTube. So, all of the videos natin, naka-load na rin po doon. So, kung may gusto kayong balikan na topic, pwede nyong balikan. So, maraming salamat guys. I'm Professor Jane S. Pulma of the Alumni Relation and Career Development Office, signing off. Matane or Jane in Japanese, goodbye and I'll see you soon guys. So, ito na po ang ating PUP hymn.
La Philippines.